Okay, everyone, the final PS Plus relaunch markets are now live. That would be Europe, Australia, and New Zealand. And there's not really too much that we have to look at here based on what we did in prior videos, but we will look at that game library, the classic games, see if there's anything different or moved around, and unfortunately, as expected, there's some not good news here to report. Alright, here we go. The all-new PlayStation Plus with some premium, extra, and essential labels right there. The other stores didn't have it on that main screen. You have to click down to see that. Very small difference, but I've seen the storefront now from so many different regions, so that's one new thing. But I mean, I'm sure a lot of you probably saw this already, so between all these different stores, I mean, the menu is still very similar, so there's nothing too different here. But let's subscribe. This account is in the UK, so I've got the prices here in pounds sterling. So 1 month will cost me $13.49, but you can get that down to the equivalent of $8.34 a month. We will skip that and go for a single month right here. Welcome to PS Plus Premium times 3 or 4 for me. So we're back in, and for the Classics catalog, this is one thing I would like to point out right away for these games, where sometimes if you click into this menu from the main screen, mind you, it's going to mix in the PlayStation 3 stuff, and also it's going to mix in the remaster catalog, which includes PS4 native games, right? So that's actually one little key difference that maybe we haven't pointed out before. So when it comes to the extra tier, right, where that's primarily PS4 and PS5 games, and that is where a large part of the value is. But now, because of the way that they're structuring the Classics catalog, where I know some like to strictly look at the PS1, 2, and PSP stuff because that's the most interesting right now, but not only does that include PS3 streaming, but it is actually lumping in some native PS4 games that are considered remasters, right? So like the Loco Roco games, or some other thing like Gravity Rush Remastered is on there, but then Gravity Rush 2 is in the extra tier, which is a little strange. So keep that in mind when looking at that Classics catalog. Tab over to Benefits, and or no, Collections I should say, and when you get down to right here is where you can see the this is the best way to look at it, so you can know for certain what games you're really looking to find. And so we're here in the same menu, and as I suspected from the North America launch, it's like all the same titles, and we can see it's Intelligent Cube is called Kurushi, so it's yeah, they're pale. Sony Interactive Entertainment Europe. I'll download them and play them and see what's going on here, but yeah, the thing is, these were definitely going to be PAL games, which is disappointing. And the thing is, it's not like they were going to have time to fix this, right? So I'm gonna give Sony some slight benefit of the doubt here. You can see we even got the same box art for these regions, so that's why it looks a little different. But I'm going to give them the slight benefit of the doubt, because if they do want to get something together here where you can say choose between PAL or NTSC, they probably weren't going to have that ready in time once all the complaints started rolling in from the earlier launches. So for right now, at least, I would hope that down the road they will offer NTSC versions on this storefront. But this is also something where if you bought some of these games on PlayStation 3 with a account made out in Europe, you want to be able to have those purchases honored for the first party games, because again, for something like Resident Evil Director's Cut, it's actually stuck behind premium and you can't re-download it for free, and you can't also buy it individually. Although I did see some people on Reset Era say that they were able to download that game for free right when the store went live, so I don't know if that was a little issue or something. But I did also see, somebody spotted this as well, it's not showing up in that menu, but we do have a new PSP game, and it's one I'm very excited for, which is right here, Super Stardust Portable. And at least from what I'm seeing currently, it was gated behind PS Plus Premium, so you couldn't buy it, which is kind of lame, but we'll download this and play it. I love these games, and I will say Portable is the one I've played the least of, so that's actually going to be pretty cool to play that one on PS5 and see how good it looks. But before we play that, let me once again get a very fast count here of the entire catalog. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. that would be 732 games. If I didn't miss 5 or 10 somewhere, and as we said before, there's, duplicates, and sometimes you have to manually search for something to find it, so there might be a discrepancy, but by and large, they're over 700 again, which, keep in mind, this is a territory that has PS3 streaming, or rather, I've set my location to a place that has PS3 streaming, so there are some countries that still have PS Plus Deluxe, so no streaming and therefore no PlayStation 3 games, and that's where we can check out what the big difference is. And I'm pretty sure this, Europe never really had that bar is moving quick. Not a lot of PS3 games, so that's going to be interesting. Let's count this real quick. This should be 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Yeah, that's like 135 PS3 games. Not really too much to look at here. So that also kind of implies that in Europe you might have more in the extra tier, right? So you might have more PS4 and PS5 games without doing like a beat-for-beat checklist on what's here, what's not at the other store. I'm sure those games will pop up once people discover, what the big difference is. But for the most part, they're at 700 games. Not a lot of PS3 streaming, but big whoop. Now let's actually download some more classics and also try out Super Stardust. Super Stardust Portable. Interesting. Have some little artifacting going on there on the S and the T. I don't think that was intended, but so far it looks pretty good. It looks okay. Just jumping in. Oh yeah, got the little button prompts. Unfortunately, I don't think there's going to be any getting around this because the face buttons on PSP, you need to use that to actually shoot. And since this is, it's not like they were going to mess with that. Since this is just a straight emulation job, they didn't remap any of the buttons. So you still have to use the face buttons, which kind of sucks. So I feel like not many people are going to want to play this. But it's still really cool to see, and it looks nice. Oh, and a lot of people asked about with Ape Escape when during the Platinum Trophy video I did for all those classic games. When I remapped the controls for Ape Escape, I changed the camera movements, which are set to the left and right directional pad. I changed that to L2 and R2, so I kind of gave it like Spyro controls if you've played Spyro on PS1, and that made it way more playable. So that's what I did to that. And, that you can do that with any game, right? That's a system-level feature, so you can always remap the controls however you want if you are playing a game that, for whatever reason has a very weird control scheme. But I will say for this, there's no saving Super Stardust because you can't remap the stick, basically. You can remap R3 and L3. You can also change you can swap the sticks, right, on a software level, but you can't, remap a button of pushing up on the stick or left on the stick. So, yeah, you have to play the game like this, which is kind of lame. But, again, at least it's here. Another PSP title. Good to see. Also, there is no trophies for this, I think. It would have shown up in the bottom right screen there, so... Yeah, no trophies on this very fresh, new account to me, but no trophies for Super Stardust. And this game is already live on the North America store as well, so if it doesn't show up in the catalog, just search for it manually. And we're here again on Jumping Flash, and just to, confirm these suspicions, it is indeed still a problem with the ghosting effect. I even paused it right on there so you can see those poles kind of creating, like the whole screen is just, there's another layer to it, and that does not look good at all. It looked better before, and that's why I downloaded the PS4 version to show you that when I look at update history. Improved PAL output, not really. So for the time being, it seems like an easy recommendation to just go for extra. Premium is going to, apply to a very small select few that either don't mind the streaming on PS3 if you want to play PS3 on PS5 It's possible. Some people don't mind the issues with the streaming, and so that's part of it. Also, the small selection of classic games, which I hope are going to be, I hope that will grow over time, so it's not so much about what they do on day one. If they improve the PAL games, if they do something to where they just offer NTSC versions, I mean, obviously that's going to be ideal, but for the time being, it's still a big recommend for just the extra tier, right? You've got the PS5 games in there now. There's a lot of quality titles in the extra tier, and that's likely, you know, that's going to be enough for most people, I think. But at this point, now that we've covered every region, we'll probably revisit this in a year and just see, you know, what those monthly updates were when it comes to not only the essential games, but more importantly, the extra and premium tiers of the new PS Plus. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you haven't just yet, please consider subscribing for the best PlayStation news, reviews, and updates that are here on YouTube. You can also follow me on Twitter @MysticRyan, and that is it. I will see you all in my next video. You take it easy.